Okay, boys and girls, what we're going to do today is we're going to start working on our Mosaic Heart. And the first thing we need to do is we need to create a heart shape. Now, I've given you a colored piece of paper that we are going to fold in half this way, which is the hamburger fold, just meaning that it is wider than it is skinnier. So we're going to fold it in half this way, because we want to make sure that we get a nice wide heart to decorate. Next, you are going to use a pencil to trace your heart shape. Now, a lot of my students have trouble creating the heart shape. I just want you to try, so we're going to use a pencil. Now, if you make a mistake on creating your heart, it's okay. We're not going to worry about whether or not it being perfect or not. So I'm going to use a Sharpie so that you can see. Now, I've tried it this way, and this works pretty well for me. So it's folded in half, and you want to make sure that you're making your mark on the fold and not on the side that opens. If you make it on the side that opens, you're going to have two halves of a heart instead of one whole one. So make sure starting on the fold, you're going to use your finger, and you're going to measure down about to your knuckle, or your full finger length, whatever one. So it depends on how deep you want your the V of your heart to be. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna come down here and you're gonna draw another dot, okay? Using your pencil, you're gonna do that. And that other dot is, we're gonna start here and end here. Up here at the middle part of our paper, we're gonna make another dot. And then about halfway down, we're gonna make another dot. The reason we're making these 4 dots is because we're going to use it to connect. So starting here, we're going to make a round shape from here to here. Then we're going to turn our paper slightly and make a rounded shape down to here. That is already a nice shape for our heart. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to continue your heart-shaped curved line to there. Now, we have a nice big heart on our paper now. What we're gonna do next is we are going to use our scissors. And remember, our thumb goes in the small hole and our fingers go into the large hole, like that. Then you're going to cut along the line that you drew. And remember to use the back part of your scissors. That is the sharpest part of your scissors. Okay. And then you're going to open up your heart. Now mine's not very pointy. I would like mine to be a little bit more pointy. So in order to do that, I'm going to take this part and I'm going to trim off some of that round that I put in there. And that is a little bit better for me. I'm pretty happy with that. I also have a pointy part here, and I want that to be more rounded. I want a more rounded heart. So I'm going to take my scissors again and just kind of round it out. Any rough edges that I don't want to see. Okay, open that back up. Ooh, that looks very nice. Then I'm going to take my scraps from that. I'm going to put it in my trash can. Luckily, my trash can's right next to my desk. Your trash can is located at the front of the classroom. So the next thing we're going to do is I don't want to see my marker line, so I'm going to make sure that that goes on the back. Before I continue, though, I need to write my name on the heart shape. This is why we didn't write it on there first, because we don't know where it's going to be. And our name needs to be on the back because we don't want to cover it up with the shapes that we're going to be adding to it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out our mosaic pieces, and we're going to go around the perimeter of our heart. So our perimeter is the edge of our heart. Now I have some strips like this that I'm going to cut into squares that are about equal size. They don't have to be perfect, just close. Okay. So now we're going to take our glue stick and we're going to glue those around the perimeter. Now I only cut 2 strips because I want to make sure that I don't use up all of my class time cutting out shapes instead of making sure my shapes get glued to my paper. Now, instead of gluing the paper, I'm going to glue my shape. That way I know that my shape is going to stick to my paper. And I'm going to start at the point of my heart, and I'm going to start gluing these down. Now, I need to make sure that I leave space in between so that it looks like it is a grout line, okay? Now, I'm leaving mine a little bit angled space. That's fine. You can do that if you want to, or you can just do the best you can. Like I said, you need to leave some space in between each one of your shapes so that it looks like a grout line. I'm going to continue all the way around the edge of my heart. And remember, I'm gluing the shape. I'm putting the glue on the shape and then putting the shape onto my heart. Just continue moving in that same motion until I reach the other side of my heart. So you don't want to cut out too many shapes, because if you do, then you end up not being able to use them all up, and then you end up having to put those back into our scrap box. Now, as you can see, I'm going to run out of shapes before my heart's done. So I'm going to have to get some more of the orange strips and finish doing that. I almost had enough. So let's get one more. I need about 3 or 4 more. So I'm going to cut 3 because I think that's all I'm going to need in order to finish this. Okay, so remember, we're just leaving space there. It doesn't line up perfectly, and that's okay. So 3 worked out perfect. So now I have my perimeter colored. Next, I'm going to choose a different color and make a shape in the center. Now, your shape can be anything you want it to be. I'm going to go with another circle shape. Now, I have a lot of scrap paper, so I'm going to cut out what I think will be enough to make another heart shape. So I'm going to fold this paper in half, and on the smaller side, I'm going to draw another heart. And because it's smaller, I'm not going to try to make it look as perfect as I did the other one. And then I'm going to follow my lines. And I have a heart shape. Now, this has a line going through it, and I actually like that line, so I'm going to leave that in there. And I'm going to then glue this heart, again, putting the glue onto the shape. And I always make sure I put a lot of glue on there because sometimes these come apart. So put a lot of glue on it. And then the rest of class, you are going to take your time filling in the space around your center shape and inside your perimeter. So this space around here and this space around here. That's what you're going to spend the rest of class doing after you've finished your perimeter. You can choose any shapes and any colors to work with as long as you leave a space around them to kind of look like a grout line, like in the examples that I showed you.